It's the BBC's 100th birthday, and what better way to celebrate than one of the modern greats of documentary making a new TV series. It's Louis Theroux doing interviews in the imaginatively titled Louis Theroux Interviews.
Is it this way to Stormzy?
Fan.
I wanted to meet you for so long.
Yeah, me too.
Hello and welcome to Screen OD, the channel for people who love TV, movies and entertainment. My name is Tim. I'm an editor and a journalist who's been writing and talking about the media industry for more than 15 years, which actually isn't as long as Louis Theroux has been making fantastic documentaries for the BBC. Now, I don't want to make you feel old, Louis, but he has become an institution in this type of TV. He cut his teeth on Michael Moore's TV Nation back in the day before moving on to making all sorts of different documentaries, mainly for BBC Two, things like Weird Weekends, things like When Louis Met, where he has made some fantastic TV which has absolutely gripped the nation. He's become a cult hero for it. Now, as long as I've worked in TV, there has always been a lot of expectation around a new series when Louis Theroux comes along. What will he do this time? What's his style going to be? Is it going to be like X series from the past? And I think invariably you get two camps that come out of it. One that is, he is a fantastic documentarian. He has moved his style on. He continues to evolve. He wants to do different things to what he used to do. And then a second camp who moan and say it's not like when he used to do Weird Weekends. Why has he not found really crazy people to chase around? Why is he not trying to stitch up celebrities in their own homes? Well, in this case, you're going to get the same level of debate because this is a softer Louis. This is a fantastic piece of documentary making once again, but the style is slightly different to some of the stuff he's done before. That will please some people, but that will certainly bring out the people who get angry if he does anything different to what he did 20 years ago.
Louis?
Well, I didn't mean the first one.
As if Louis Theroux was in Dolly. I'm so excited right now.
I'm going to sound really Oprah Winfrey now.
That's cool.
So what's this all about? Well, Louis Theroux Interviews is, in Louis's own words, something very different to the kind of TV I normally make. This is a series about him meeting people that he admires in the public eye and getting to know them, following them around a bit and conducting a kind of set piece interview with them that is interwoven within the show. Now, this, some might say, well, it's not that different to things he's done before. And, you know, in some ways it's not. However, there is a feel to this of a kind of mutual admiration between both subject and interviewer. And that's an interesting dynamic, which I think brings out a different tone to some of these interviews to some of the stuff that you might have seen before. And I think also brings the subject alive in a way that you might not see if they've been interviewed by someone who they perhaps know nothing about and have no interest in as an interviewer.
Conscious of wanting to move forward. Like, the work isn't done yet.
I do hope so.
Were you always funny?
It was always odd.
I say, share this trauma with this community.
Can I ask you about dating?
Do you know what it is? I'm all out of ideas, Louis, if I'm honest.
I try not to think about it too much because it puts me in a sense of stress and anxiety.
Hold on to your trousers, here we go. Ah, look at it, man mounted.
As you can see from the trailer, this series concentrates on 6 very different subjects from different areas of the world of entertainment, each with different stories and backgrounds and things to say. And we get that usual mix with Louis of sit-down interview, of seriousness, but also of humour, of heart, and, you know, a little bit of silliness along the way. The celebrities involved are Katherine Ryan, Yungblud, Grylls, Rita Ora, and Dame Judi Dench. And the series begins with a really interesting interview with the rapper Stormzy.
You're a single man.
Yeah.
How old are you, 28?
I'm 28, yeah.
You're probably one of the most eligible people in the UK. Just talented, successful, attractive. You're the total package.
Cheers,
right?
Louis. Thank you, man.
You tick all the boxes.
Thank you, man.
Can I ask you about dating?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I don't really do it.
The first episode of the series is one that really sets the tone for what we're going to see from Louis Theroux Interviews. This is a softer approach to things. This is two people who obviously have respect for each other, and there is a kind of friendly tone to everything that's going on. However, that gives a different dynamic to some that we've seen before in these interview series. You know, as Louis starts to explore subject areas, we start to see Stormzy open up. Now, there isn't pushing and pushing and pushing. There isn't an interrogation of an interview. However, because of the way that the interview is conducted, because of the trust and the mutual respect between the two people there, we start to see a different side of Stormzy that perhaps we haven't seen in interviews before.
I'm out of ideas.
Why don't you just work Tinder and then just have a night in and do it all, you know, do Deliveroo and watch Netflix or iPlayer or whatever?
Even the idea of dating for me, it's a new thing. It is a new thing. Like I didn't date before I met my ex. I didn't date before. I wasn't out here dating.
What I really like about this documentary, and also all documentaries that Louis Theroux makes, is that he always changes. He evolves. He is moving with the times, the way that he talks, the things that he's interested in. He's someone who has a fascination with popular culture, with culture in general, with people. This isn't someone who is stuck in the past saying, I just want to make more of that show that I made 20 years ago that was popular. And, you know, there's a certain audience who want him to do that. No, what he's doing is he's continuing to make great documentaries in a style that he thinks he should, and he's talking to people that he wants to talk to about things that he thinks are important. I like this unapologetic approach to documentary making, not necessarily pandering to an audience over here who want a certain thing from him, but making great TV, which the audience will come to. And I think that this is a classic example of Louis Theroux at his very best. I can't wait to see how this series continues and how he continues to evolve as a documentarian going forward. In the BBC's 100th year, there kind of is no one who embodies in the modern age the entertainment, the education, the information that the corporation gives to people better than Louis Theroux.
This is going to be interesting.
Louis Theroux Interviews is available to watch on the BBC and BBC iPlayer in the UK. If you've enjoyed the review, do hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to Screen OD.